steel and the polished wood. I don't care if they're big or small, if they're for sale, well, I want them all. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns.
Everyone, thank you for joining us today on the Hunter Brownie podcast. And we want to start off by welcoming Mr. Ronnie Bear here today. Um, as you saw, Mr. Rickson was here yesterday on yesterday's podcast. And he was pretty interesting actually. I think that today will be as good, and maybe we'll get some people to watch. So let's get started. So, Mr. Ronnie Bear, what would you like to talk about here on the show? Well, thank you. I just want to say, congratulations on being able to accomplish 50 subscribers in a couple days. That's pretty impressive, actually. Now, the one thing I want to talk about is how, and it might be surprising actually, but I actually want to talk about how a lot of these big YouTube channels, think of it this way. These big YouTube channels, they really like to get their money. They are kind of like owning the entire show. It's like, better way of thinking it, it's kind of like the class. It's like, you got the upper class, you got the middle class, you got the lower class. And all those big YouTubers are like the top 1%. Think of people like Mr. Beast. Think of people like, mainly him, but there's a lot of others as well. I mean, I know of another one. I think there's like Chadwad Clay, total. I mean, he's at the top 1%, I would probably say. There's a lot of people. And I believe it's unfair that YouTube has got to give them all the attention and feature all their videos. And meanwhile, all these small YouTube channels making the best videos and they only get like 12 views. I mean, yeah, you're really right about that one. We've had to deal with a lot of that as well. But the fact is that we I think YouTube ought to feature small YouTube channels more and give a break from the big YouTube channels. I mean, we were talking about yesterday with Mr. Rickson. Um, he was talking about his large ego, but it's a great day today. The weather is nice. I think that. Oh, you heard Miami barely was able to beat Notre Dame. Well, yeah, they almost blew the lead against them. They kicked the game-winning field goal at the end, which Notre Dame ended up not looking as good, but or maybe Miami is just very good. But I truly do think that Miami probably will be better than last season. Like last year, Miami, they got away with a lot of games. They gave up like 40 points and scored 50. It was a scoring race. It was pretty much like a score of a low-scoring basketball game. Now it looks like they actually look like a real team. They look a lot better. And yeah, I think you're right about that one. Even yeah, I think that Miami is probably going to be in the top seven. I mean, a win over Notre Dame, that's a big win. Notre Dame's the defending national championship losers, which kind of you wouldn't want to be the defending championship losers. In my general opinion, I would honestly rather lose in the playoffs than lose in the championship. Because if you lose in championships, it's even more disappointing. I'd rather just go 0 and 12 than lose the championship, to be honest. Because at least you didn't lose in the championship. I mean, you got some sort of a point there. But Brownie, what is your thoughts? Well, I think that I mean I understand to a certain extent. I think that I mean isn't like tomorrow gonna be the rankings gonna come out, and it's gonna be interesting to see what they are. And I think that I think the rankings are probably gonna be a lot of SEC teams in the top five. Georgia already in there. Do you think LSU is gonna be in the top five? I think that. Anyway, we're back, and Mr. Brownie, You said how we want to get to a new topic about how a lot of people believe, oh well, or First Amendment rights should be restricted because scared of offending people, you know, and what I'm just saying is, it's like sometimes we might have free speech, but it's like sometimes I feel like we are so censored, we are so restricted to what we can say, and it's like sometimes it feels like we're pushing the boundaries just by being normal. Sometimes you get what I mean. I mean, yeah, you got a good point there because if you think of it this way, let's say for example you're just doing normal talk, normal free speech. Let's say for example you don't exactly like what's going on. Let's say you didn't like what the Democrats were doing. And let's say if you didn't like what Democrats are doing, and then people start saying, "Oh, well, you are a fascist because you don't like what the Democrats are doing." Or I mean, honestly, I mean, even if it's not politics, even if it's just like, let's say in general, there's some of these people that are just so sensitive they'll get offended over nothing. Like they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm calling the authorities on you because you said this." Like a better way of saying it's like a bunch of Karens. And honestly, no one likes Karens. Karens are fake. I mean, I remember I lived right next to a Karen a couple years ago, and I remember one time they were spying right on us, and literally they were in the bushes. They had binoculars, spying, looking through the windows. I mean, that was absolutely insane. It shows you how crazy Karens are. Like, they'll do anything to get information from you. But I really we left that area. But it looks like to me we simply just, we moved to the country to get away from the Karens because we are very happy just to kind of get a break from them. I mean, and honestly, so a lot of these Karens, like, I mean, I'm not gonna go in detail on this, but I think the Karens are mostly in like cities, and I mean, you don't see. I mean, most Karens are not out in the countryside. I mean, you may be on occasion, but you're not gonna get a very notable like Karen. Yeah, you're mostly right. I think, I think that Karens are, well, enough of the Karen topic. I think that we're on to a very interesting point in football where I think that Miami actually might be a top five team. I mean, you understand. I think they should be ahead of Clemson. They should be ahead of Notre Dame. They should be probably ahead of Texas. Boom, that's three spots they're going up right there. What about Alabama? Oh yeah, they're going to have. Okay, yeah, that means they're probably going to be like in the top six, because Texas should be outside the top 10. I mean, you understand. You know what's so stupid sometimes is like they'll just because of where the team started off the season, or just because they were great last season, then they start off so great the next season, and then they go 0-1, and then they're like number 9 in the country still. Why in the heck are they number 9 in the country and they're 0-1? I bet you that's what happens with stupid Texas. They're gonna keep them in the top 10 even though they're 0-1. And then there's gonna be a team like Florida that's 1-0 that's behind them. Watch that just happen. I bet you that Arch Manning is the most overrated quarterback in football right now. He looks like a honestly. I couldn't even tell that he's a player. He literally looks like a child. Huh, yeah. And the fact that he still got obliterated by Ohio State, that's pretty funny to be honest. Now, we're not trying to trash talk, but honestly, it's the truth. There's a difference between trash talking and telling the truth. And we're just telling the truth, everyone. Sick and tired of all this hype. I think LSU's quarterback is very overhyped. I think that he's going to have a season ending injury against Florida. I think Florida is going to absolutely obliterate LSU. I think anyone. I mean, I think LSU's got good talent, but I think their quarterback is stupid. And honestly, I think their coach is kind of stupid as well, to be honest. Like, he comes down to Louisiana pretending to be Southerner, and then he says, I know that we haven't won any games yet. In a little press conference back when he was hyping up everything, he's pretending to be like some sort. He's trying to be some stupid entertainer. It's not even like. This guy's gonna get obliterated. Watch LSU just go like 7-5 or 8-4. It's not gonna be that great. So I honestly don't care that they're in the top 10 right now. Watch them go ahead and just fall apart after week 3. Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. I think LSU is ridiculously overrated. I think that they ought to be ashamed of themselves for even being ranked. Well, I mean, I think that anyway, off to a new. Let's talk about another team. I think that honestly, I feel Alabama is probably gonna fire that stupid Kalen DeBoer coach. He's not a real coach. He's ruined the tradition of Alabama. And honestly, in the state of Alabama, losing, going back to the state of Alabama after losing for the University of Alabama, you're lucky you don't get punched in the face, you know? He probably got booed and he probably, like, everyone hates him right now. He's probably the most unpopular human being in the state of Alabama. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I don't care about him. You understand? He's from the Pac-12. He's such a loser. He's from the Pac-12 in Washington. He tries to come down to Alabama and he expects to win championships. No way in heck you're gonna come from Washington down to Alabama and come in to our territory and beat on the SEC rivals. You can't just come in. I mean, think of it this way. If you're a coach or whatever the heck it might be, for example, how would you feel if someone never lived here before? For example, wherever in the country you are, someone decides. So let's say, for example, someone lives in Montana, and then they come down to wherever the case may be. Let's say they come to Oklahoma, and they're neighboring you, and then they start bullying you. So they think they can come right to your house from across the country and beat you. Come to your face. They're lucky you don't got punched in the face, you know? I mean, honestly, mind your distance. Honestly, I'd be better off if they just vanished out in Montana or Wyoming and disappeared. Probably because of a bear, but who cares? Anyway, I mean that's saying quite a bit right there, to be honest. But I think that a lot of people, to be honest, like I noticed that why in the heck do a lot of these states don't have a football team? Think of it this way. Like Virginia doesn't have an NFL team, but for whatever reason, Wisconsin has one. Or why in the heck does Arizona have a football team, but Virginia doesn't? Even though Virginia is like, I mean, one of the most best places in our country. It's the most. I mean, George Washington is from there. It's a historical place, and people might say, "Oh well, it's changed. It's changed. It's Democrat." But in reality, I don't think Virginia actually is Democrat because, I mean, look at it. I mean, honestly, I feel like the 2024 election could have was kind of rigged in favor of Kamala because honestly, if the election was fair, I think that Trump probably would have got like 400 electoral votes to be honest. So you could still kind of say it was a little cheating in it as well because I think 312 electoral votes is pretty generous to be honest. I don't think Kamala would have gotten 200 or even 100 electoral votes to be honest. But well, regardless of politics, I think that yeah, I don't think Kamala is going to ever win an election. I mean, yeah, these stupid idiots like hyping up 2028 already. I mean, look at it this way. They're already talking about 2028, even though we're in 2025 right now. They're acting like it's already time for the election. They're already doing stupid primaries. These idiots like stupid Gavin Newsom is freaking doing campaign rallies, and freaking all his people are getting deported because all of his supporters are illegal immigrants. Honestly, in my opinion, I like watching immigrants get body slammed. It means that the law is being enforced on them, and I love law enforcement. Honestly, I mean, I could really, go far with this, but this is a topic I really like, But honestly, I I just really enjoy immigrants getting beat up. It's fun to watch. I mean, I could watch it on loop all day of ICE, you know, of ICE body slamming a bunch of immigrants and then sending them back to wherever they came from. It's really neat to watch, and yeah, a lot more that's gonna happen. You know, we're just getting started. The deportations are just getting started. If you're an illegal immigrant right now, just pack your bags and go home right now. Go back to where you came from, you total idiots. Because we're not funding you. You might as well go home because we're not funding your visas. I mean, honestly, I think even a lot of legal immigrants should be deported. But let me tell you why. A lot of these legal immigrants are taking jobs. They're taking jobs from people that are not immigrants. Honestly, I don't even think a lot of legal immigrants should be allowed to come here. Honestly, I believe that you should be a naturally born citizen. I don't suggest like coming to our country, even if you're legal. And I just, I mean, this is just an opinionated thing, but I believe that what matters most is the people that are born in this country. Born, raised, and dedicated their life in America. But, yeah, you got a point there, Mr. Ronnie Bear. I think that, I think that, people ought to be just if you want to come to our country, you better be legal and you better not like do anything to hurt any single person in the history of our country. Um, we will be back after this. Alrighty, we are back here, everyone. Thank you for being with us, if you even care. But the fact is that you notice how like it says zero people watching, zero likes. Let me tell you that it's because people are so careless. The reason why there's zero people is because zero people care. Really, that's all it means. In my mind, if it zero people, zero likes, in my mind, let's say if you got amount of likes, let's say there's 10 people watching, so then I'll say 10 people care. Or if 100 people are watching, I'll say 100 people are caring. But if since zero people are watching, I guess no, every single person in the world just simply hates me. Think of it that way. I mean, that is a very harsh way of saying it. I mean, it might be offensive towards a lot of viewers, but I mean, really, who cares? I mean, it's not like we're not in North Korea. I just generally think that, this, this situation here, I mean, like we said before, talking about all kinds of, the big YouTube channels and how they all make all the money and they're all the top percentage and they ought to be punished for taking control of YouTube. I mean, think of it. Like Mr. Beast is like at 400 million subscribers almost, or is he already there? I don't know. But anyway, how in the heck is that no like literally if YouTube has the power to give you that much features, YouTube could feature your videos if they wanted to. But guess what? They're not going to feature your videos because they don't care. The big corporations. They are all about themselves and making money for themselves. I mean, think of it. When you get monetized on YouTube, they're only giving you half of the money that you're supposed to get because they're taking in the money that you're supposed to get and they're using it for their benefit. YouTube is a monopoly and they ought to be sued because monopolies are supposed to be illegal. So YouTube should ought to be shut down. Which, I mean, I enjoy doing podcasts on YouTube, but we'd figure out another way to do YouTube. I mean, we'd figure out something else. We'd probably do podcasts on Rumble or wherever the case may be. We might even get more views doing that. Because it seems like zero people care. Or maybe YouTube just doesn't care in general. Huh. Yeah, you got a good point there. I think that. Honestly, you heard that the idiot running YouTube is an Indian? Yeah, that's probably why. I mean, think he's taken control of YouTube since 2023. But regardless, I think that we're kind of in a situation where I think that we need um, we need YouTube to start doing their job again. Like, let's say for example, someone does a stupid video that scares someone, and let's say you report it, but let's say once you report it, YouTube doesn't do a thing. Let's say they threaten a nation, or let's say they're faking a war. They're making people think there's a war. So you go ahead and report it. Nothing happens. That video stays up there. Their channel stays up there. They don't even get in trouble. Literally. We've done that. We've reported people that have done things like that. And guess what? Nothing happens. We literally, I can literally name the amount of times I've reported someone because of doing bad things. And guess what? 2 days later, nothing happens. And guess what? We have never ever done anything threatening war. And guess what? We're getting told that we're copyrighted. Look at this. Let's see. Hunter and Brownie. Let's go to Hunter and Brownie, our channel. And, we had to say something, a couple days ago, or actually, hold on. Yeah. Just trying to find a video. And you're gonna see a fact that, I believe it's right here. Yeah, right now we're looking for it. Yeah, look at this. Hunter and Brownie are football rivals. Copyrighted. China is not done yet. Copyrighted. Hunter and Brownie are at each other. Copyrighted. The battle is back. Copyrighted. And guess what Hunter had to say a couple days, or whenever it was. I believe it was this episode right here. Okay, it's not this episode. I believe it might be this episode, actually. Okay, yeah, it's this episode. Okay, everyone, prepare to watch. Okay. I hear that there's a person watching finally.
Videos are copyrights. Well, if you got an issue of us expressing our freedoms and choices, you can go yourself because we're not changing anything. In fact, all of you YouTube mother can go yourself, you stupid mother. I will kick your. Anyway, that's enough for now.
Meanwhile, in Beijing, China.
You see? Hunter was pretty mad there. Ha! Hunter was mad. The reason why he was mad is because, look at this. Okay. Look at our channel. This is our channel. Copyright, copyright, copyright. And the only reason why is because we're using part of a song, but guess what? Other people have used the same song as well, and they don't get copyrighted. Why in the heck do we get copyrighted? It's the entire channel. Look at this. I think like a majority of our episodes are copyrighted or something. And guess what? Like I could go onto another channel and they use the same exact music and they do not get copyrighted. So that tells you something. It tells you that they hate Hunter and Brownie. And the reason why they hate Hunter and Brownie, the reason why YouTube hates Hunter and Brownie is because we love America. YouTube hates America because the owner of YouTube is Indian. Ha! It's true. Well, he's Indian American, but does that make it any different? Because he probably came from an Indian father that was probably from India. Anyway, Mr. Ronnie Bear, what are your thoughts about this? Well, I just generally think that kind of funny, I gotta say, with Hunter ranting, but also I gotta say, you got a good point. I think the owner of YouTube hates America. So that's why they hate us, is because we hate America. Excuse me, we love America. We love America more than anything in the world. I don't know why in the heck I misworded myself there. That was a mistake. I love America more than anything in the world. So, I misworded my sentence there. Anyway, oh, you caught yourself there. Well, I mean, sometimes when you're talking so fast, sometimes you lose track of what you're saying. But I love America more than anything in the world. So, if you got an issue with America, you can go screw yourself. Um, anyway, little awkward situation there for Ronnie Bear, accidentally miswording himself. But anyway, I think that I mean, yeah, I think the owner of YouTube is should be ashamed of himself. Honestly, the fact that he even the fact that he will actually do such a thing. Tell us, copyrighted. We love America, and that's why they're making us copyrighted. So, I think that the owner of YouTube ought to be investigated for the things that he has done, and then he goes on like a literally, I mean, and then it's like if anyone intimidates the owner of YouTube, they get banned. But guess what? If anyone intimidates me, they don't get banned. Like, you understand that the owner of YouTube thinks he's like president of the United States or something. He's total choke artist. And guess what? Sometimes we joke around and impersonate the owner of YouTube. Like, let's say we'll go on I mean, sometimes it's kind of funny when we start, like, I think we have a. Ronnie Bear, don't you have, like, some trolling channel? Oh, yeah, 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 you do. And actually, I go tell them I'm friends with the CEO of YouTube. Ha! And then they say, oh, they act like and then I say I'm censoring them. Whoa. And then, yeah. And then they get all scared sometimes. Sometimes they think I'm lying most of the time, though. But, yeah. They go crazy sometimes. I mean, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's been quite a bit of people that have got freaked out over it. But we appreciate that one person that's actually still watching. Because, I think that in the future we'll get a lot more people to watch. It's been a heck of a time here today. Ronnie Bear almost misworded himself there in a very bad situation. But anyway, Mr. Ronnie Bear, or excuse me, Mr. Brownie, what is your opinion? Well, I generally think that, I mean, we could go on forever and ever about the same topic over and over again, but that would bore the viewers. So let's go on to something else. Well, I was pretty interested in the fact that Hunter and Brownie, like, the copyrighted thing, that was actually pretty interesting in my general opinion. You want to go back to looking at some of that, like, I don't know if you want to, like, let's look at a Hunter Brownie episode, actually. For example, look at this one. Hunter back when he was
So let me get this straight.
126
That
years.
stupid son of a
Yeah.
got away with it a third time. Oh, gee. That piece of
Let's fast forward to the end because it gets pretty funny towards the end when they start fighting. Kenzie comes in.
that was him that did it. No, it was him that did that. You were a little piece of. Oh, it's so funny actually because you grown men are fighting against each other. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm getting
Yeah,
rid
this is
of
the funny
people
part.
out. Oh no. You better run. I'll give you to the count of three to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of real lead. We better go, guys. 1, 2, 10.
Just keep watching, everyone. Gets pretty interesting here. Yeah, this is it.
Oh, please stop it. Please. Please stop. Please stop. I don't want anything but. Please stop. Please stop.
Hey, just another second. Anyway, everyone, I think you get the point there. Huh. Who was doing the screaming? Like literally, who was doing the screaming part there? I think it was Brownie. Yeah. It was Brownie. Yeah, he was the one doing the screaming. Wait, what Hunter? Was Hunter doing the screaming? Um, no, he wasn't. He wasn't doing the screaming, but he was kind of a little in a situation there. If he was allowed to scream if he wanted, but he decided not to, just for the sake of his voice. You know, sometimes it can go a little too far on that show sometimes. But anyway, you notice how let's say for example, for whatever reason they say this video is copyright. Because we use Eastbound and Down in our song. It makes absolutely no sense. Um, but let's say for example, I'm trying to find one where it's absolutely weird actually. Like, they'll say we use a song here. Like we use America F yeah, and it says and it doesn't say copyright, but then 2 episodes later, suddenly it says copyrighted. Like, what the heck is going on here, people? Like, absolutely insane. YouTube just finding a reason to not feature our videos. But I truly believe that we are the best TV show out there. But, I think that, you know, very interesting roller coaster ride we found this show, with Hunter and whatever the case may be. And, you want to see one of our shorts, actually, you heard Smokey begging for subscribers. Remember back before when we were desperate for subscribers? Remember Smokey begging for subscribers? Yeah, he's a big part of the show, actually. He's actually the one that got us the majority of the subscribers. So we thank Mr. Smokey, actually, for his help. Or even Ronnie Bear, actually. Ronnie Bear is actually part of our show as well. He actually got 900 views with his help. Then he was like, he was talking about Cracker Barrel. And he got 936 views, and 10% of the audience was from Canada. 5% was from Britain. So, yeah, I think we're actually very successful compared to what we used to be. And, we hope that every single person will continue to watch our channel because we are just getting started. And our channel has been around actually since, let me see, we gotta go to, but here it is, the September 25th, 2023. So we've been around for almost 2 years, everyone, and we thank you for watching. And make sure you stay engaged because we got a lot more of these great podcasts coming. Um, and our episodes are just getting started. So, I really think that we are. Just a second. Oh, someone said hello. What was that? That was 12 minutes ago. But I think that, you know, we were told, that, not long ago, I guess we were initially, we used to go a little pretty aggressive on this show, but we've kind of cooled it a little bit just so we don't, like, trigger other foreign YouTube channels. I mean, we were actually, like, going on saying, like, I remember saying, you should be deported, or, think of the episodes of Hunter Brown that get a lot worse. We talk about all kinds of stuff. You know, honestly, we're legitimately excited, um, to see the reactions. Like, honestly, imagine if a Hunter Brownie video goes viral. Like, imagine if a general episode, like a 5-minute, 6-minute episode of Hunter and Brownie goes viral. Imagine what kind of comments we would get. Because we're talking about all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to mention on the live stream, but you know what I mean. You heard gunshots in the Hunter Brownie episodes with Kenzie screaming. That kind of stuff. So, imagine what kind of comments we would get over that. Because that would be absolutely insane. We'd probably have to ban a few people, but I think it would be very interesting, and we're gonna do a lot more of those episodes. So make sure everyone stay tuned with Hunter and Brownie. So, Mr. Ronnie Baird, what is your opinion about the future of the show? Well, I think that the future of the show has the brightest future yet because now we're doing TV shows with 55 subscribers. Before we only had 10. So now we've got more people engaged watching our shows. So now we might get a bit more views on each show because before we only got like 10 views. But our our channel is booming. I mean, we're in the golden age of Hunter and Brownie, you know? And I think a lot of people are starting to get excited. Um, and if anyone in the chat has a question about what, do you have a suggestion about what we should talk about? You know, if you can give us a suggestion, we might be able to find a something to talk about easier. So, any questions? It'd be nice if you could say in the chat. But anyway, while we're at it, do you we got two people watching now. Pretty good, pretty impressive actually. Um, I think that this podcast is probably the future of a show. And Mr. Hunter, we were talking about the copyright thing. Can you name what? Can you just name a list of the episodes that are copyrighted? Like, because you only named a couple of them. Oh, okay, I'll name a couple of them. I'll look at this. Okay, the battle is back. Yeah, you already saw that one. Let's go back to the beginning. We don't see anything copyright until actually the fourth episode. Two, three, the fifth episode actually, and it's because we use Eastbound and Down. So let's see how many videos of us are copyrights. Okay, so yeah, we got quite a bit of videos. Um, one video, two, three, four. Don't see anything copyright for a while. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 out of like 30 something episodes. So yeah, quite a bit. Well, I mean, we got anything else to talk about before we go? Well, I mean, what can you think of? Well, reason why we're in this podcast. I think Mr. Brownie should bring up a topic. He's been kind of quiet today. Well, I mean, I think that my acting, my experience on the show, I think that you've done 4 seasons on Hunter and Brownie. And it all really, I mean, you notice how we're starting meeting Hunter, we're starting to become friends in the show. People are saying, "Hey, well, why aren't you?" It's called Hunter versus Brownie. Like, why in the heck is it Hunter and Brownie? Like, it's supposed to be Hunter. Uh, so they're wanting us to be enemies. Like, the majority. I mean, it honestly. I mean, if you go back to season one, honestly, a lot of people are saying season one was more interesting with the filming, with the acting. Honestly, I think all of it's good. I think all of the show's good. I think all of it's good, but I think we can do even better. So we're just getting started, everyone, and yeah, that's really all we can say for now. So before we go, do you want to do the outro song? You want to start doing outro with music as well? Yeah, what outro song do you want to play? How about let's play some how okay. If anyone's on the chat still, what do you think we should play on the outro music? I think we should play the same song. Yeah, because I like that song. Yeah. Well, of course, maybe there might be a stupid ad before the song, so let's turn it down so we don't have to listen to these communists rant their mouths. Come on. There. Everyone, thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
I don't care if they're big or small. They're for sale. Hell, I want them all. I like guns. I like guns. I like guns.